I spent over 2 years farming potatoes in Minecraft, ending up with more than 100 million of them. No, this isn't a joke. You might ask me, why did I farm these potatoes? Well, around 2 years ago, I was watching this tiny underground YouTuber called Technoblade, and he just finished this super small, non-competitive contest. I don't know if you heard of it. It's called the Potato War, and I was pretty bored at the time, so I started to farm potatoes. I soon learned that wasn't a very smart thing to do. First of all, because everyone and their common bee pet started farming potatoes, and secondly, because potatoes are horrible for money. Just to showcase how bad farming potatoes is. If you mine efficiently with a decent setup for about 2 hours, you earn the same amount of money as farming potatoes efficiently for 15 hours. Yes, this game is very balanced, but all of that didn't discourage me. Techno's dedication and legacy inspired me, a potato apprentice, to continue farming potatoes. I couldn't just quit. I wasn't in it for the money. I was in for potato glory. I was completely new to Hypixel SkyBlock and soon figured out that if I wanted to farm potatoes on a bigger scale, I would need a farm big enough that once fully harvested would already be regrown at the start again, making it an infinite farm. Building these kinds of farms on a normal Minecraft server would take ages. Fortunately, in Hypixel SkyBlock there's an item called the Builder's Wand. The Builder's Wand is an item that gifts you the ability to instantly place up to 240 blocks and is essential for the construction of these massive farms. But there's a minor problem here. The Builder Wand costs money and I didn't have any. So I started looking into early game money making methods, stumbling upon zealot grinding. Grinding zealots is ideal for beginners because there are only a few things you really need. More than 12,000 damage, the End Island unlocked, and speed. To unlock the End Island I would need combat 12, which I achieved after massacring zombies in the deep caverns for hours. To defeat these zombies efficiently I needed minor armor, which took ages to finally get together. What I didn't know was that this set is utterly and completely useless outside of the deep caverns. But when I finally unlocked the End Island, I had a few coins to spare, so I bought an armor set which is actually useful, called End Armor. This set doubles your stats while wearing it on the End Island. Now, after hours of grinding, I entered the End Island, walked down the staircase and entered the Dragon's Lair. In this moment, I thought about everything I've achieved, the friends I've made, the enemies I've slain, the problems I had to overcome to achieve this. Then, in a euphoric moment, I turned around and hit my first zealot. What? You thought you were gonna enjoy Hypixel SkyBlock? No, that's not how it works. No one plays Hypixel SkyBlock because they enjoy it. They do it to achieve the ultimate dream of every Hypixel SkyBlock player. Stop playing. Eventually, you're able to one-shot zealots. So you can start farming potatoes, right? No. Ever heard about pets? These are small floating animals that give all sorts of buffs. To even have a chance at getting in the top 1000 potato farmers, I would have to own an elephant pet, preferably a high level one. Elephant pets have the ability to about double the amount of potatoes you get an hour. But you know what's the problem here? Elephant pets are expensive, very expensive. Actually so expensive that it would take me around 40 hours of doing exactly this. I ain't got time for that. If I wanted an elephant pet, I would have to find a new way to earn money. Zealots weren't profitable enough anymore. I needed something better, something more efficient, something new. Well, I found a method, which was exactly what I was looking for. It was 5 times as profitable and way less effort. And I really needed this, because first of all you need a Pythagorean potato hoe, a 3-layer farm with fully grown potatoes, a super compactor, an elephant pet, preferably a high level one actually, a high farming level, a god potion, a booster cookie. And now you think you're done. Wrong, you still need about 30 million coins worth of upgrades on your stupid hoe. So how did this method work? Well, if Hypixel has taught me anything, it is that beating helpless small animals for their precious organs for hours and hours is the only solution to all your life problems. So that's exactly what I did. I searched a spot of lava in this specific region of the Crystal Hollows above Y64, built this kind of structure, pray I don't get griefed by some clowny young dragon armor, and cast my rod. The sea creature I was after were these worms. If you kill them, they have a 33% chance of dropping their membranes, which sold for bank. So I fished up more worms and I sold more membranes, then I fished up more worms and I sold more membranes. If I was efficient, I could catch around 150 worms each hour. And when I felt like it, in between fishing, I started farming potatoes. I also placed down a few low-level minions. So over the weeks, my net worth was increasing. And so was my potato count. But even more importantly, my tools were receiving the upgrades to become potato machines! But why didn't I just build a large vanilla potato farm? Well, Hypixel works a little different than any other server. And by different I mean nothing works when you're more than 15 blocks away from something. So a huge villager farm wasn't really an option. And secondly, even if I made a farm on a smaller scale, the potatoes flowing towards me wouldn't count towards my collection. So that wasn't really an option. Also, let me mention just a small fun fact. When I started building my 3-layer potato farm with the builder's wand, this small, very niche item called the sacks of seeds was disabled. But let's say, hypothetically speaking, that this one very niche item had the ability to place over 200 seeds in a matter of seconds. Well, that meant no instant seeds. No 2 minutes to plant around 30,000 potatoes, no potato farm, no money, no dreams, no dad. Okay, so I ended up planting around 25,000 potatoes by hand, and it was so much fun. I'm having fun. Why am I doing this again? Not even 2 weeks after spending an entire afternoon planting potato seeds, one very specific niche farming item was re-enabled. I hate my life. After spending an eternity fishing worms, I finally had enough coins to buy an elephant pet, as well as nearly maxing out my potato hoe. The construction of the potato fields was also finally done. I was ready to start the grind for real now. I'll just have to farm potatoes for a few weeks and my goal would be achieved. It is just that easy. 3 weeks of farming every day and I'll hit it. What could possibly go wrong? When I had all tools necessary to farm potatoes for real, I did the exact opposite. My interest and motivation faded away and I started doing other stuff, getting distracted from my original goal. Eventually I stopped playing on Hypixel entirely, whilst my account was just sitting there with about 100 million coins invested in a potato setup, which I barely used. My potato ambitions were gone, and I did the most terrifying thing a Hypixel SkyBlock player has ever done. I went outside! Luckily, I did not have to stay outside for that long. The new democratically elected mayor Dante was brutally overthrown by a group of anarchists. This started a special event, which gave a 50% overall XP boost, making farming worth it. This motivated me to actually start farming again, earning a total of 7 farming levels and more than 18 million potatoes over a few days. Technoplate was mayor. I kept getting closer to my goal I set myself of 100 million potatoes. What could possibly... Okay. At this point, I'm at 34 million potatoes, which is quite much, but not even close to my original goal of 100 million. But I haven't talked about minions yet. Minions are small creatures that produce resources at all times, even when you're gone from your computer for ages. To upgrade a potato minion to its highest level costs about 4 million potatoes, and there's a maximum of 30 minion slots. And I haven't even talked about pelts yet. You earn pelts by killing helpless small animals, again on the farming islands. Personally, I hate getting pelts because they take so long. First you walk over to Trevor the Trapper and start a quest. Then you have to find a random animal somewhere on the farming islands. Once you found it, you kill it and you are rewarded with your 4 pelts. Then you go back and start again. I just received 4 pelts. I need 2,200 of these. Nevertheless, I invested every potato I owned into a minion setup. First I bought 30 enchanted lava buckets. They boost the amount the minion produces by 25%, costing me about 6 million coins in total. Then each minion needed a super compactor to automatically convert normal potatoes into their enchanted version. This added up to a price of about 7 million coins. I also bought myself a beacon, which was around 5 million coins. But it needs constant fueling. The fuel is about 600k for 2 days and boosts the total amount of a minion by 6%. I thought I was very smart when I put in about a month's worth of fuel before leaving my computer for a long time. What they didn't tell me was that the buff only works when you're online. I was about to be gone for an entire month. The last minion upgrade I used was diamond spreading. It produces diamonds every time a minion harvests potatoes. Although it didn't help me get potatoes, it financed most other minion upgrades. And yes, for you asking, I am aware hypercatalysts exist, but I didn't use them for the same reason I'm not owning 24 yachts. I'm not a billionaire, okay? Not long after Techno left as mayor, I quit SkyBlock, only logging in once in a while to collect my minions. Although I barely played, they kept producing 450,000 potatoes each day, so that's where we are now, about a year later. I started playing SkyBlock again a few weeks ago and haven't collected my minions in about 4 months. Derpy is the current mayor and has a perk which boosts the amount of farming XP you get by 50%. Okay, I've talked enough. Let's collect my minions. Okay, so I got an entire double chest full of enchanted baked potatoes. This is pretty wild. And I have another double chest filled with 2 rows of enchanted baked potatoes. Here are all the diamond blocks I got. Okay, and remember me talking about farming 50. Well, I hit farming 50 after 3 minions. I now have 14 million overflow farming XP. Okay, just to show how much 14 million XP is. If I harvest this 1 potato, I get 7 XP. I have 2 million times that amount in overflow XP. If I would convert all these potatoes into hot potato books and sell them, I would earn a total of 220 million coins. Plus the enchanted diamond blocks brings me up to a total of 300 million coins, just for doing nothing an entire year. But now the most important part, my total potato count. I haven't checked it in ages, so let's check it for the first time after collecting my minions. Okay, let's go. 3, 2, 1. What? I'm in the top 1000 potato farmers for the first time. Let's go. After all these years, of actually like 2 years, it's not really that many years. I'm actually in the top 1000 potato farmers without doing anything. You know that my goal was 100 million potatoes. Well, apparently I got 220 million potatoes. That's wild. Without doing anything actually, like I was gone from my computer. I didn't farm any potatoes manually for an entire year. But now that I've accomplished my goal of 100 million potatoes, what's next? I was completely focused on this one goal, and now that I've achieved it, I only feel emptiness. The days still pass by, and the only thing I can do is sit in hub 1, with my grappling hook, fly around and watch in despair, reminiscing the days that I would strive to achieve this goal. Is this it? Is this the ultimate Hypixel SkyBlock experience?